Castellanos.
Well, he's the one I want to focus on, and it looks like it will be a back four today with Matarrita, Callens, Chanot, and Tinnerholm. Expecting Holm to bomb forward all day long, as will Matarrita. But Mackay-Steven, poor performance first time around in his first start. I want to see more from the Scotsman. I want to see him get the ball, show his confidence and his ability, 1v1 situations, and make it happen for Eber up top, who I expect to score goals tonight.
That is tonight's starting lineup presented by Etihad Airways, and the Etihad Airways lineup for the Columbus Crew. We mentioned Romario Williams, his first MLS start. And on the other side, Eloy Room, the Curaçao international who joined Columbus midseason.
Well, I think defensively, there's a lot of questions to be asked by NYCFC tonight, because I'm a little bit questionable about the quality of that back line. They have made a few changes, and up top is the most noticeable one, with Williams getting his first Major League Soccer start. He's a dangerous player, Joe. Don't be fooled by the stats. This is a guy given one opportunity could punish.
Caleb Porter was with Portland for such a long time. Now comes back home to Ohio, where he was the college coach at Akron, to coach the Columbus Crew. Now, what will be the important things to watch for tonight? Let's find out. Ian Joy's local Ford stores keys to the match.
Well, staying compact is so important. Don't be fooled by their league position. This Columbus Crew team is dangerous going forward. As a team that must be compact and organized, and therefore the movement on the ball. When NYCFC have the ball, the team must be moving off the ball. Use that speed up the game of play, allow runs wide in behind the Crew defense, and the team will create a lot of chances. And when you do that, you have to punish. This team has a lot of goals in it, and tonight I think the Crew will give NYCFC a lot of chances. So I want to see NYCFC take an early chance, and if you do that, you could put 4 or 5 on the board tonight, Joe Tolleson. I'm putting my money on it.
Well, Eber put 2 on the board Saturday night, as did Tate Castellanos. They have 12 and 9 goals respectively. Our injury report presented by New York Presbyterian, and the latest addition is James Sands, who suffered the broken collarbone early in the match at FC Cincinnati. Same team here at Yankee Stadium. He suffered the broken arm, but now they're saying he could be out 6 to 8 weeks.
I feel a little unfortunate for James Sands. He's a big loss for this side going into some very, very big games.
Columbus in the all-yellow New York City light blue jerseys, the dark blue shorts. We are underway at Yankee Stadium. Glad you've joined us. As Alexander Ring touches over to Ronald Matarrita, but in midfield, Maxi Morales challenging for it. Tony Rocha charging forward to win it. Now Tate Castellanos lays it out for Anton Tinnerholm, already making the run forward. Back to Maxi Morales. Maxi for Rocha. Again celebrates his 26th birthday tonight. Being tapped for the starting 11. Out of Spring, Texas.
Look how well organized Columbus Crew are. They're trying to sit back defensively. They're trying to stay very compact, force NYCFC to go into wide areas. I mean, they are moving like they're all connected with a chain. It's difficult to break that down, but nice start from NYCFC. They're passing the ball around well here.
Eber can't quite control it. Picked up by Luis Argudo, Queens, New York native. No, David Guzman, Costa Rican. He's a pretty gosh darn good holding midfielder that makes you wonder why they gave him the number 9, but that's a discussion for another day.
I was confused by a few numbers for the Crew side today. I mean, obviously missing some of their key starters. It's interesting to see how Caleb Porter has actually lined his team up today. Very compact. They might try to frustrate NYCFC, but it's a difficult game to play because this New York side is very fit. They're relentless in going forward, and eventually they'll create a chance, and they don't need too many chances to get their goal. If you get a goal in the first 15 minutes, really could open up Columbus Crew.
Ronald Matarrita cut off by Harrison Awful. For a poor play on words, has been awfully good against New York City in his career. Good ball. And from distance, Tony Rocha just wide of the mark.
Well, it's a great play, Joe. It really is fun to watch. I mean, New York are just passing the ball around from left to right. If you can't go through the middle, be patient, wait for the opportunity, and Maxi finds it. It's a good ball right through the heart of that midfield. Really, Rocha should do a bit better from that distance. Birthday boy will be hunting for a birthday goal.
Hebert coming back to win possession. Lays it off for Tinnerholm. Has all kinds of open space down the right-hand side. Picks out Castellanos back to Hebert, but intercepted. Nicely done by Artur. But given away. Now charging through. Ronald Matarrita. Still bouncing around. Hebert, a shot and just misses. Beg your pardon, Ronald Matarrita.
Well, it's on his right foot as well when he pulls the trigger. I mean, this is the relentlessness that I was talking about. They never give up, and Columbus failing to clear their lines. It could have ended up in the back of the net. Otherwise, it was a slight deflection that pushes it wide, and now New York have the corner kick. But nice play once again. Trying to force it through the middle. If it doesn't happen, try again.
Mata with the corner, tries to pick out Hebert at the penalty spot. Touched out to Tinnerholm. He finds Maxime Morales. Opportunity for the cross. Keeps it low. Oh, and Maxime Chenot hit it like a center back.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Very, very nice start from New York. Trying to get the ball down, looking for the cutback from crosses. Already 3 or 4 good crosses into the box. Trying to pick a player up. Unfortunately for Maxime Morales, it was Chenot arriving on the cross. Sort of a life of luxuries for Domé Torrent now, Joe. You know, when you're missing 2 or 3 key players, you can just bring another one in who can pretty much do the same job.
I'd say it's every coach wants to make that tough decision, wants to see that battle in training. Sometimes I think the worst thing that can happen to as a coach is he kind of knows who his starting 11 is by default because he can't pick anybody else.
Yeah, completely agree. I guess it's a job well done by the crew outside of Domé Torrent with the scouting system, and also being prepared to put some money in. There's a bit of talent sitting on the bench.
Connor Maloney. In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. They work it along the back, and Cronali, the homegrown out of Columbus, Ohio, sends it back to Room. Eloy Room has a pretty substantial resume. Rocha sends it all the way back to Sean Johnson. Room from Nijmegen in the Netherlands, but plays for Curaçao. But he was with PSV when they won the Eredivisie in 2018. Before that, he was with Vitesse, and before that, one of the great club names in world football. Go ahead, Eagles.
So you're going to say Newcastle United?
Go ahead, Eagles is much more fun, especially these days.
Sorry to pick on your beloved club, Joe.
Rafa Benitez did enough of that in an article over there. So, now Anton Tinnerholm.
Look at this, though. This is the shape I'm talking about. Columbus, very well organized, very compact. There's nowhere to go through the middle. I mean, NYCFC are forced to go wide and just try to be patient here. That's good defending from Columbus right there. Caleb Porter is, in my opinion, one of the top coaches in U.S. soccer right now. He made the decision to set out for a season, then chose to go to the Columbus Crew. An interesting one, might I add.
Well, and the funny thing is, because when he first left Portland, everybody thought he was sitting out to join FC Cincinnati.
Yep.
A bit of the irony of Caleb Porter going to Columbus. When Caleb Porter was the coach of Portland in 2015, that they won MLS Cup at Mafre Stadium against the Columbus Crew in a season in which everybody thought he was going to lose his job. But then he went and kept his job because he won the league championship.
Yeah, but that was a turbulent time that had some success, but also had rumors of a U.S. national team job as well. This is good from New York.
Mata on the left, drives it across. Maloney gets to it for Columbus. Played it into touch, so a quick throw-in. Tinnerholm for Ring. Picked that Castellanos, tried to touch it back, but didn't get enough on it. Now Columbus. This is David Akam. He's
quick.
Ghanaian who joined Columbus midway through the season. He has 2 goals in 12 appearances this year for the Crew. 6 goals overall.
Solid defender from Maxime Chanot right there. Utilizing his pace, utilizing his ability to get control of the ball, and all of a sudden starting an attack.
Now Maxi on the left-hand side. Across, charging through. Gary Mackay-Steven gets ahead to it, but couldn't get it on frame.
Good cross into the box. This one is difficult to defend here for Connor Maloney at the left-back position. It's a deep cross, and Gary Mackay-Steven just trying to get on the end of it, doing everything he possibly can. It's actually good defending from Maloney.
Does enough to knock off Gary Mackay-Steven from really getting that header to challenge Eloy Room. Back at the other end, Sean Johnson.
It's difficult to defend because when you're that last defender and the ball's raised into a high level or it's put into a cross in a high level, you know, you're not the tallest of players as Connor Maloney is. It's a shorter player, but if there's a bigger presence arriving onto that cross there, much more difficult to defend. He did a good job there.
Now Rocha. Matarita. In second meeting of the season between these two teams, the first out of Mafre Stadium was a 2-2 draw, highlighted by a wonder goal from Tati Castellanos.
This is great football, Joe. New York are moving the ball around.
And the possession right now is 85-15. Tinnerholm. Maxi just lets it flick on by. Cleared away by Columbus. Maloney finding David Accam. Welcome to Yankee Stadium, David Guzman.
Nice.
Tinnerholm cuts it back, finding Mackay-Steven with the left foot, takes a deflection. Tati Castellanos is on it. Turns, shoots, saved by Room. Still loose, a deflection off of Mackay-Steven. Eber, back heel trying to find Maxi Morales, taken away by Harrison Awful. But credit to Jonathan Mensah as well.
Yep, good defending in the end, but New York are relentless in their attack at the moment. They're just going for it.
Rocha almost bypasses Collins. Effectively he does as he leaves it for Sean Johnson out to Chanot. A win tonight by New York City will pull them to within a point of Philadelphia and Atlanta at the top of the Eastern Conference. They still have games in hand. Rocha. Beautiful. Drops it across the Tinnerholm. Finding Castellanos, pushes back Rocha. Thought he wanted to just launch into it first time, but ridden out of it by Romario Williams.
Listen, I find it very difficult to criticize the team at this moment in time with the way they're playing. Here's the shot from Tati Castellanos. Poor defending from Columbus. Really got to be a lot more aggressive than they were. And that's poor right there. He gets a little bit of luck and fortune. Through the legs it goes, and he gets a strike away. Good save by Room. Pushes it back into a danger zone, but he gets up quickly and manages to get the ball away from danger. And I want to see the team punish. You know, this is great, having some sexy football, just getting the ball down and moving it around, but somewhere along the line, you got to find a finish.
Maxi. Took a deflection. Possession still for New York City.
Nice.
Tinnerholm squares across. Castellanos tripped up. And foul called against Guzman. Oh, and the booking for Guzman. That might be a little harsh, but Alan Chapman deciding that's the decision.
I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, a little harsh on the challenge. It looked like Castellanos went down awkwardly on the challenge. There it is again. A little stud on the top of the boot. I can see why the referee would produce the yellow there, but more often than not, if I'm the defensive player there, I'd be disappointed to get the yellow.
Would have been wallpaper.
I would probably be disappointed with the foul.
No hugs to get out of that yellow card. Maxey over the ball ring as well. This will be Morales.
Not sure what Sosa's doing right here. He run right across between the wall and Maxi Morales as he took the strike. Not sure if that is totally legal. Well, look at this. Watch number 20. Run right between the ball and the wall. Just before Maxi took the free kick.
Doesn't that count as encroachment? Does that violate the 10 yards, doesn't it?
Realistically, yes. I mean, you get to take it again. I mean, he's 7 yards from the ball, but disappointing strike from Maxi.
Okay, gotta get technical about it. Matarrita on the left-hand side. Now Ring.
Good ball.
There's Tinnerholm. He's got some room. Cuts it across. Castellanos. Oh, turned to step into it. Got well under it.
I think it's the wrong decision here from Tinnerholm. I think the better cross is between the last defender and the goalkeeper. Instead, he tries to cut it back again. Look at the space between the goalkeeper and that last line of defense. Eber is making a wonderful run. And Tinnerholm probably should have chose him instead of cutting it back to Castellanos. Final pass, final delivery, and then punish.
Rome will drive it upfield. Collins wins the battle in the air. Offside on Columbus. Collins and Matarrita back and forth. Now Ring. Quarter hour into this one, 0-0, but chances have been there for New York City. 8 shots to 0 for Columbus. Problem right now for New York City, which was not an issue on Saturday against FC Cincinnati. Only one of those 8 has been on goal.
Yeah.
Whereas on Saturday they had 5 shots on goal, 4 went in. Oh, Mensah coming out, collides with Castellanos, and the foul actually goes against Tati Castellanos.
That's a strong challenge. I'm not sure about this for Mensah. He goes aggressive into the challenge. Castellanos has clearly gone for the ball, and Mensah's got the jump. Look at that. Arm, power, strength. That is a strong defender right there. Castellanos might have taken his eye off the ball for a split second. Who wants to go into that challenge? Not me.
You got 6'2" Jonathan Mensah coming at you with the ball. Who are you going to keep your eye on?
Oh. And he's down.
Torrent. Take this chance to have a quick discussion of tactics. Caleb Porter as well, but Mensah is up. He will have to come off.
I'm sure he'll be okay. Interesting start from Columbus Crew, Joe. I mean, clearly the tactics are set out to defend and sit back, stay compact and frustrate NYCFC, but they are passing the ball around just so wonderfully well. It's only a matter of time before they find that finishing touch, and then what do you do? The game plan is going to change.
High boot by Alex Ring, who is second in MLS in fouls committed. I misspoke before. Mensah actually didn't have to come off because the trainer never came on.
Good ball.
Even though he was down. This one's centered in for Mario Williams, but really doesn't get a chance to steer it on frame. No danger for Sean Johnson.
It's a tough one for Williams. He made a good run to the near post, but to be able to redirect that on frame. Not easy to get right in front of that last defender. Good defending once again from Chenault.
More of the same from Maxime Chenault, who was probably the best defender Saturday night against Cincinnati.
Yeah, he was very good. Impressed with Rocha today. He is passing the ball around well. Nice ball.
Now Matarrita. Maxi calling for it. Driven across. Tati Castellanos trying to run down the seam, but cleared away. And a nice job done by Columbus and Alex Cronali.
Well, Maxi's complaining about the cross. He thought maybe the ball should have been cut back, and if you look at his position, it might have been the better option. A lot more compact than that last defender. Look at Maxi. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Doesn't get it. Shows his frustration.
It looks like Maxi's thing too is let's move it quicker. Matarrita and Morales in the corner. Mata will back away. Maxi will strike it all the way across. First time ring and parried over the bar by Room. Alex Ring thought he had one.
Not a bad effort, Joe. It's a good save from Room. He's a little fortunate the ball's right at him, but this is work to perfection. Every player goes to the near post. It leaves all the space for Alex Ring. He'll be disappointed himself that he didn't beat the goalkeeper from there.
Third corner kick. Matarrita. Chenault. A jersey pull is called. The whistle blew from Alan Chapman before the ball entered the net. And Maxime Chenault will have to wait another time to find his first goal of the season.
What a wonderful header that was from Maxime Chenault. It's an excellent run to the near post, and credit to the referee for blowing his whistle. He noticed something that we didn't. See much outside of maybe a little push from Rocha.
Chenault thought he was close on Saturday in Cincinnati. He had a good header, and then it was redirected by another header from Tati Castellanos. That was the insurance goal, and then Hebert added another for that 4-1 final. Chenault slipped while delivering this, but finds Hebert. Taken by Guzman for Columbus. Now Argudo has it taken away. Mata into the corner. Maxi Morales on his horse. Will he get there first? He does. And the challenge coming in from Harrison Awful.
Wow, what a challenge this is. This is ability from Maxi Morales. He recognizes that the challenge is going to come. That's why he put the ball where he did. He knows the challenge is going to arrive. Just recognizes it, waits for the contact, goes down and wins a free kick. It's well played.
I think Maxime went a little more than just a foul. Well, that will be it as we're past the 20-minute mark. Still 0-0. New York City trying to see if maybe they can find their 10th shot of the match.
Anton Tinnerholm at the back, the top of the box, just ghosting around, waiting for an opportunity. Somebody's picked him up.
Mackay Steven at the D, looking like he's ready to just run into something. Watching it all is Eduardo Sosa. And it's Matarrita. Cuts across, cleared away. Ring will track it down. Now Tinnerholm out of the center of defense, finding Alex Collins. Tinnerholm still in the middle, finding Chenault occupying the right back position for now. And now they'll switch. Collins. Maxi. He'll drive it ahead. Hebert into the corner, but Jonathan Mensah is there. This will roll out. Goal kick for Eloy Room.
Just watch this, Joe. I don't see where the foul is. Look at Rocha at the top of the 6-yard box. That's the only contact right there that I can think of why the referee would blow his whistle.
I don't know if it was that or Collins. Alan Chapman went up to that group and indicated somebody had pulled on a jersey. I don't know that it was Chenault.
Yeah. Disappointment for Chenault.
I'm actually finding Ring. Williams right behind him. The Ring charges upfield. Hebert for Maxi. Crognale heads it away. 6'5", 205 pounds. Alex Crognale. Ball into space here. Sean Johnson not even letting Romario Williams get a chance at it. Connor Maloney into the center circle, kept alive by Sosa for Columbus. Awful works it out wide right. Argudo. Sosa challenged by Collins. Ring comes through. Sosa wants a foul. He's not going to get it. Castellanos.
Wonderful.
Oh, return ball from Hebert. Oh, and Tati Castellanos cut it inside a touch too soon, and Jonathan Mensah knocked it away. Now Maxi. Oh, look at that work along the touchline. This is Akam. David Akam coming over from Philadelphia into the area. Challenge is there, cleared away, and Mackay Steven.
Oh, there's a chance for Akam. If he'd have been a bit more selfish there, he could have gone for goal himself.
Kept away from Sosa. Now Morales. Advantage play by Alan Chapman. Hebert still on the ground, but New York City continues the attack. Back to Matarrita. Hebert will try and hobble into the play. See if he can run it off. Matarrita and Maxi Morales back and forth. Now the overlapping run. Matarrita, edge of the area. Drives across. Mackay Steven can't quite get to it. And it will be a goal kick for Columbus.
Well, lack of communication at the back post there. Mackay Steven goes for the ball, and Tinnerholm arriving onto it perfectly. Had Gary Mackay Steven recognized or heard that shout from Tinnerholm, he might have been better leaving the ball. It's a chance. Everything up until the final product has been very, very good tonight.
Artur moving it ahead, knocked out. Awful quick on the throwing. Chanot. Tinnerholm high into the air. Mackay Steven flicks it along into the middle of the park. Rocha gets there first, finds Maxi Morales. Nicely done on full trot by Tony Rocha. Hebert inside, cut off by Artur. Awful to midfield. Collins will take it there.
Good performance so far from Tony Rocha. Very impressive. Getting on the ball, good passing, good movement. They're a very positive start to this game. He always wants the ball. And you know what, Joe? When you arrive at New York City Football Club, you've got to try and get up to the standards that they set on the training ground. And I think maybe the training sessions have made him a better player. And you can clearly see the product tonight. Very, very good.
You know, Tony Rocha now a name in the mix when you talk about who will start in midfield. Evan Afore tonight on the New York Presbyterian injury report. Keaton Park seemingly being rested with the derby on the weekend. And another one of these stretches for Dome Torrent where he has to deal with 3 matches in 8 days.
Sometimes the coach can consider himself lucky that there is so many competitive games. What a pass.
Matarrita high into the air, but by the time Room pulls it down, the offside flag was up.
Trying to juggle around the players, keep them happy, but with so many games coming up, it's an easy excuse for the head coach to be able to say, we're resting you.
They said it was an aggravation of the ankle that may have led to Keaton Parks coming off on Saturday, but that he's okay. Now, Hebert. He'll take the shot. Blocked.
Wait.
This is Romario Williams.
there. Run over the top of the ball, and at any given time, he could be a real danger for Columbus Crew going forward. You know, it's not easy playing against teams that sit compact like Columbus Crew are doing right now, but the soccer on display from New York, all the way up until that final product, has been a joy to watch.
Matarrita. Maxi. Back to Chanel. Ring trying to force it into Hebert, turned the other way by Columbus. Now Sosa. Tried to go back to Artur. Missed him, and Maxi takes it. Finds Matarrita. Tati Castellanos checks his run. Matarrita now down the left-hand side, edge of the area, sends it across, sliding in, Gary Mackay-Steven, and he misses it.
Well, he misses by an inch. You know, the Scotsman gambles at the back post. This is brilliant from Matarrita. It's not the strike he wanted, but he puts it into a danger zone. And had Gary Mackay-Steven just gambled a fraction earlier, he gets there. Had he been 1 or 2 inches taller, he gets there. It's a beautiful cross, but I think that Matarrita's probably gone for a strike to that back post.
Don't mix it up. Showing some temper there, not sure what about. Illinois room high into the air. Whoop. Gula tried to flick it ahead, put it right into the head of Alexander Collins. Now Collins. As we get back, Angulo on the ball. For Guzman. Now Morales. Castellanos, Hebert, back to Tati Castellanos, but too close to room, and he easily gobbles that up. Well, learn more about 2020 installments by visiting nycfc.com/join. A city membership not only gives you access to every home match, but it's a way to be a part of the club 365 days a year. Get access to exclusive experiences, behind-the-scenes access to the team, and much more. Place your installment for as low as $50 by August 24th, and you'll get access to a pre-match party before the Hudson River Derby against the Red Bulls. Go to nycfc.com/join.
This Crew get the ball down like they are right now and pass the ball, move it a lot quicker. There's a chance out there for them to be dangerous. And they need to speed up their play somewhat, though. It's far too slow. It's inviting the pressure from New York, which are automatically forcing them to go backwards.
Cronale for Artur. Awful. Cutting across. Finds Argulo, the Queens native. His cross cut down, but it is a corner kick for Columbus, their first.
Much better from the Crew. Beautiful switch of play. Lovely touch from Affle. And there's a real good opportunity there for Columbus Crew. They're coming more and more into this game, Joe.
Eduardo Sosa over to take the corner. Sean Johnson and Alexander Collins having pretty extensive discussion right there. Sosa. Headed away by Chanel. Throwing for Columbus. Got a pretty good target in the center back in Cronale at 6'5". Chanel was able to clear that away. Awful to Romario Williams. Matarrita drives it upfield. Jonathan Mensah able to head that over Tati Castellanos. It's a Ghanaian contingent for Columbus. Mensah, Awful, and David Akam. Mensah and Akam both from Accra. Awful from Tema. I have no idea where Tema is in comparison to Accra. Not take Ghanaian geography for 300.
Well, it's nice to see, though, Joe. I mean, there's obviously players from all continents now in Major League Soccer. I was actually looking at it today, you know, the amount of numbers per squad of foreigners that are in the league, and it's such a high number now, but it's wonderful to see. These are talented players who are coming into the league, making it better. Also getting an opportunity to play at a high level.
Even with New York City. Ring from Finland to Chanot. Nancy France played internationally for Luxembourg. He just got a ball back from Maxi Morales from Argentina. Now trying to pick out the Costa Rican Matarrita on the left-hand side. Goes to Castellanos, also from Argentina. They're leaving the Brazilian out of it right now, Eber. Kai Steven, Scotland. It's taken away by Artur. Artur, a lot of room down the left-hand side. Ring. Nice play by Alex Ring. Now Sosa, he'll turn, shoot. Johnson watches it sail over the board.
Again, a risky game. If you don't punish, don't take your chances. The scoreline stays at 0-0 and invites Columbus Crew to get back into it. This is Ring the Destroyer. I mean, he's happy to be the last man defending. He doesn't mind going up against any player in this league, and he's up for the battle. Does well to slow down Columbus Crew's attack, and all of a sudden New York get the ball back again.
Well, he did a great job of kind of lingering out in no man's land, I thought, Ian, of almost daring Artur to shoot from distance, but he wasn't going to give him the pass until he knew he had some support behind him, and that's when Ring stepped up. Now over the top, Tinnerholm. First time into Connor Maloney, pleased for a handball.
It looked like it struck the hand. I think Tinnerholm gets helped out here with the cross pass that just bounces on this turf that's been laid down on the baseball field, and it slows the ball down and gives him a chance to get his cross into the box. I always feel for defenders sometimes now, Joe. It's like every time it strikes the hand, no matter which way, even if you're defending and there's no intention or it's not deliberate in any way, all of a sudden everybody, including us, shouts for a handball. Such a touchy subject right now. Good pass.
Got the Castellanos, the shot, the flag stayed down. Kept waiting for it to come up, frankly. But Tate Castellanos, if this stands, has his 10th goal of the season.
What a finish this is from Tate Castellanos. Timing his run, 1-on-1, trying to keep himself onside. It is close, Joe. It's really, really close. But what a wonderful finish this is from Castellanos. He loves scoring a goal against the Columbus Crew. And this time is absolutely no different. I think he's onside. I think it's awful at the back post who plays him onside. Fabulous finish. It's such composure inside of the boot. And who again is the instigator? It's the little genius Maxi Morales with another assist. What a beautiful goal.
League leading 17th assist of the season. Well, here's the determining factor. When Maxi, oh, he's onside.
Yeah, he's onside. It's time to perfection. He doesn't know where the defender is behind him. That's where he gets fortunate, because he's running right in behind the defender in front of him, so he knows he's in an offside position as far as he's concerned, facing forward. But behind him, if he's being played onside like he was by Affel, it's his goal and he gets it. What a finish.
We complain about the officials from time to time.
No, Joe.
So let's give credit to Nick Uranga, who is the AR on this side. Spot on right there. Saw the pass played by Maxi and saw that Castellanos was onside. It's 1-0 New York City.
It's fabulous. It's good officiating. The game again has been played at a decent tempo, and that's the goal that New York were hunting for. This changes the complex of the game. Columbus are now forced to maybe potentially come out of their shell, even though it doesn't look like it right now. Once again, going back to this compact formation. Difficult to play through the middle, but New York are no longer in a rush. They can just simply keep possession of the ball and wait to create another chance.
Collins for Eber. Pressure from Guzman. Touch back to Ring. That was the 12th shot of the night for New York City. Third on target. The first one to find the back of the net. And Tate Castellanos now has 5 goals in 4 matches. Gary Mackay-Steven losing his footing just enough to throw him off. but Cronali plays it right to Ring. He picks out Matarrita. Maxey will try to put it in the path of Mackay Stephen, taken by David Akam. Sosa for Akam, gets it back. Oh. Ring felt it was a good challenge. Alan Chapman will have some words to explain why it was not. And now Castellanos.
Yeah.
Gotta like the way that checked up too, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, it sat perfectly on the turf for him, inside of the boot. Such composure, great confidence now. Is that him into double figures?
10? Yes, sir.
Beautiful finish. Great composure, the celebration to follow suit. And how about this from the ringleader? Boom! Take that. Correct decision on the foul, but I love a challenge like that.
Chanot on the ball over that high line of defense that Ian loves to see every game. And yes, Alex Ring among the New York City players sitting on suspension. There were 4 going into the Cincinnati game that were in danger of missing tonight if shown a yellow card. None of them picked up a yellow. And those same 4 remain. Maxime Chanot, Valentin Castellanos, and Alexander Ring, who are on the field right now, and Ben Sweat. Now Columbus, can they find an equalizer? Sosa tries to put on the brakes and see if he can step around Collins. Lays back to Artur. His shot takes a deflection. Sean Johnson lets it skip right into his hands. As we are coming to the close of 40 minutes, New York City has the lead.
Solid performance. It's been fun to watch. I mean, New York are on their game, and they're still not in top gear yet. Just playing with such composure, passing the ball around, good movement off the ball, staying very compact, making it difficult for Columbus to break them down.
Well, 70-30 advantage in possession. Rocha. Maxi Matarrita making his run. Cut off by Luis Argudo. And then fouled by Matarrita.
This is the Matarrita I want to see, Joe. You know, such a talented player. And injuries are kind of ruining his career up until this point. He's on a good run of health at the moment, touch wood. I want to see that continue. Because with confidence in his own body, I really think he can be a superstar in this league. I mean, there are so few beautiful, young left-footed players out there that are easy on the eye like he is. Certainly needs to work on his defensive duties, but going forward, man, he is a talent.
Collins. Taken by Argudo, but a little heavy touch, and Ring will send it right back to Sean Johnson. Tinnerholm makes himself available on the right-hand side. 42nd minute of play, 1-0 New York City. Morales in the middle of the park. Castellanos lurking down that left-hand side, just biting the long ball. Now Tinnerholm into the corner. Hoping it might check up a little bit. Instead, it skipped ahead and goes out over the byline. You know, thumbs up from Maxey and Tinnerholm to each other. But at the end of it all, it's a goal kick for Eloy Room. And New York City FC matches make perfect outings for your soccer team, company, community, organization, or simply a group of friends. For more information on a group outing, go to nycfc.com/groups or call 855-77-NYCFC. Mackay Stephen. A couple of opportunities, but folks up front are playing. He needs to contribute if he wants to keep getting tapped. Now Ring steps in, wins it back for New York City. Finds Rocha.
Brilliant from Alex Ring.
Morales. Finding Eber. Trying to play it through a seam and see if Castellanos can run onto it. Didn't quite happen.
Risky business from the crew. They're playing a very high back line and one good run in behind like we witnessed a moment ago from Castellanos, and they are in again. I often wonder what the game plan is with coaches when they make so many changes for matches. I mean, why not just put out the best team you possibly can week in and week out, no matter if you've got a midweek game or not? Frustrates me.
Now Maloney, a lot of space down the left-hand side, looking to take advantage of it. Tries to cut it across for Mario Williams. And again, Ian Joy will wonder why.
He should have gone solo. It's so much space to run into, Maloney. This player, a bit more confidence in his own ability, could potentially have gone himself towards goal.
Now Chanot for Collins.
I don't think New York could have asked for a better game or a better 44 minutes of a game in the first half than this. I mean, they've been absolutely dominating, not in top gear. They've been able to go at their own tempo. There hasn't been much threat coming at them. It's almost as if it's like a training game for New York. Some big games coming up. I expected a bit more from Columbus Crew, and you would think if Caleb Porter is going to mix it up and make some changes, that the players given an opportunity would put a lot more effort into it. They're sitting back, trying to stay compact, trying to defend, and not really making much happen.
Now Ring. Quite enough on it. Gudo chests it back to Awful. Finds room. Pressure coming from Castellanos. He just has to send it upfield.
Good header.
And now Romario Williams out of the center circle. Slips it ahead. Luis Argudo running onto it. Top of the box. Turns. Will he have an opportunity to shoot? Now he does. But right into Sean Johnson.
Better. It's a simple save in the end from Sean Johnson. New York sort of scrambling defensively. Nice play from Argudo. He took his time, recognized he wasn't getting behind Callens, and brought it back to get the strike on his left foot. Poor effort in the end.
Now Rocha. So 2 minutes of added time. Challenge coming in here. Chapman calls the foul. Castellanos writhing on the pitch. He's actually stopped writhing, just laying there now.
Well, defensively, this is a challenge that you actually want. You arrive onto it perfectly. You can make contact on the player as well, and I didn't see too much into it. I'm okay with that. It's good defending.
Eber. Matarrita trying to keep it alive. That goes out. Tell you what, that would have been somewhat fitting if the Queens native Luis Argudo had scored on Queensboro night at Yankee Stadium. Out to Argudo. Awful making the overlapping run. There's the ball. Tries to cut it in. Nicely done. Matarrita. Alan Chapman right there signaling play on.
It's a risky business, Joe, when you make a challenge like that inside your own penalty area.
Tinnerholm. Eber. Pushed it out wide. Gary Mackay-Steven gets there. Back and forth with Tinnerholm. And Alan Chapman will decide that is that. Halftime whistle blows, and Tati Castellanos in the 36th minute. On a wonderfully timed run. And a wonderful feed from Maxi Morales. And it is 1-0 New York City. Maybe if he gets the chance, he will reward us all. Referee blows his whistle. Dome Torrent starts his watch. Ours is running as well as the second half is underway. One change for Columbus. Eduardo Sosa will come off, and Pedro Santos will come on for Columbus. And it is Pedro Santos who could be a very dangerous player. He leads Columbus with 9 goals and 3 assists. 1 assist more than Gyasi Zardes, who also has 9 goals. We won't see Zardes tonight. He didn't make the trip. They do have their second meeting with FC Cincinnati on Sunday. The hell is real derby, they're calling it. Yeah. Because of a billboard on the highway between Columbus and Cincinnati. It goes back to the Open Cup days a few years back. Maxime Chanot.
I like the derby. I watched the first one. I was very impressed. Very entertaining derby, and I think Major League Soccer needs that. More and more derbies, and a lot of franchises and cities now in Major League Soccer. The more derbies, the better.
And another one coming in, and likely to be another derby. We'll get to that in a moment, as Alex Ring making his run out of trouble to find Sean Johnson, and he'll just send it upfield. Columbus trying to see if they can threaten early on here. And here's an opportunity. Sean Johnson diving to his right as he denies David Accam. And quick outlet by Johnson for Maxi Morales. Eber, Morales, and the Rocha. Well, yesterday, Major League Soccer in St. Louis to announce that St. Louis will be the 28th franchise to enter Major League Soccer. They're hoping to start in 2022 at a brand new downtown stadium. So right away, the natural rivalry with St. Louis and Kansas City, and some will argue St. Louis is about 23 years too late getting into Major League Soccer with the soccer culture and history in that city.
Yeah.
The problem they had was they didn't have Lamar Hunt, who owned a stadium in Kansas City, and that's why Kansas City got the team in 1996.
Yeah, fantastic sports city, that's for sure. Nice chance here.
And this is slipped ahead by Pedro Santos.
Well, this is the ability of Columbus Crew, and Accam gets himself through here. Sort of opens up that New York defense. Started the second half sloppy, and if you take your eye off the ball at 1-0, it's a dangerous scoreline. Columbus could have all of a sudden been back in this game in a big way.
Ball rolls out. Awful will take the throw for Columbus. Mario Williams, he backed into Collins, who stepped away, and now Matarrita, as Maxi Morales got crunched, but the advantage is played. Matarrita looking for some space, poked away and cleared out by Columbus. Maxi Morales still down.
It's a chance.
Romario Williams making his run. Accam turning. Will he shoot? No, he tried to lay it ahead, and Chanot will clear it away. Pedro Santos was looking to run onto it.
Well, that's poor execution from Columbus Crew, but fantastic defender from Maxime Chanot. Maxi Morales got absolutely nailed on this challenge.
And finally, now that play has stopped, Jonathan Mensah goes in the book.
It's a strong challenge. I mean, the referee doesn't stop play. He tries to play somewhat of an advantage for NYCFC that clearly had an advantage. Matarrita should have gone out wide to the right-hand side with Tinnerholm making a great run. Decided to cut back inside and all of a sudden lost the ball. Strong challenge. And these are the type of injuries you got to worry about with Maxi Morales. Playing in a game like this with some very big games coming up. He got nailed.
Maxi Morales leads Major League Soccer in assists. He has another one tonight. That gives him 17 on the season. Now Eber. Back to Matarrita.
Safe to say it's a sloppy start from New York in this second half. Invited Columbus back into the game. They're starting to pass the ball around. They've started to spread their formation out, spread the field, and certainly doing a better job when they're in possession of the ball.
Still battling in the middle of the park. And Awful picks out Williams. Thought he was going to leave it for Pedro Santos, but Romario Williams will take it himself. Oh, and a left-footed shot. Johnson diving to his right. I think it was going to go wide anyway, but safety first. And really not much behind that shot by Romario Williams.
Certainly a comfortable day at the office. Here's the high pressure coming from Columbus Crew, forcing Sean Johnson to punt the ball long, and New York are not doing a good job in the second period of keeping possession of the ball or just giving it back to Columbus.
Well, when leading at the half, New York City 7 wins and a draw. Columbus, when trailing at the half, 9 losses and 4 ties, no wins. So the numbers favor New York City right now, but Dome Turan, the coaching staff, the players, Ian Joy, the fans, they'd like to see another goal. They'd all really breathe a little bit easier.
A bit more energy. Fortunately, in the first 45 minutes with Columbus sitting back and tactically well organized, frustrated NYCFC, certainly in that final third. The tempo needed to be a lot faster. Domi was talking about it ahead of half-time. I'd like to see that too into the second period, but New York have got to continue to get possession of the ball and keep it. Chance
in the middle. Eber has it deflected, goes high into the air, and Room just settles under it. Maxi Morales, 17 assists as Pedro Santos finds some space. Chanot sticking with him. Nicely done by Maxime Chanot.
Brilliant from Santos. I mean, there's the difference right there, Joe. Automatically onto the game, automatically having an impression on his team, and such an impact. I mean, you recognize the talent when he gets the ball, and even off the ball, his turn of pace is brilliant. He's a fun player to watch.
Second corner kick of the night, and Pedro Santos will take it. Curling ball, and before David Guzman can get underneath it, it's headed away. Now Awful switches it back left-hand side. Pedro Santos tries to drive it across. Off of Tinnerholm, throwing for Columbus. Pedro Santos has definitely added a new element. Well, the 2 most productive 15-minute segments for Columbus in matches. The half hour after halftime. Happens to be one of the better defensive efforts in periods of matches for New York City. Columbus has scored 12 matches in the 30 minutes. First 30 minutes of the second half. New York has only allowed 8. Now Ring. Back to Morales. Continues his run. That's actually Mackay Steven, beg your pardon. Out wide. Castellanos. Heber! Oh, and he couldn't get it on frame. Good effort, though.
Better. Much better. Still waiting for that final product. The cross is slightly behind Eber. He can't redirect it on frame. Much better. Now we have a game on our hands here, Joe. Columbus have come to play in the second half.
David Akam. Romario Williams crosses in front. Akam a shot again. Easy save for Sean Johnson.
There's a good look at the attempt once again. The cross right there. Slightly behind Eber. He can't redirect it. Can't make contact on the ball. That's a real chance, though, for a player of his ability, if he can just get his nod on it.
Eber knocked it off of Awful. Columbus back in possession. Benson and Guzman back and forth.
Where was this Columbus crew in the first half?
Sitting on the bench. It's Pedro Santos.
Yeah. But much improved in the second period. I mean, they will leave themselves suspect to a counter-attack from New York, because they got to go for a goal, but they're playing well in the second period.
Pedro Santos into the box. Johnson pulls it down before Romario Williams can get there, and he'll just drive it upfield, trying to see if he can spring. Tate Castellanos nods it back to Eber. Has Maxi on the right-hand side. Maxi, chipping it over the defense. Oh, that's a low-risk opportunity. I mean, a high-risk opportunity, low reward, beg your pardon. And he said you want to force the play. I don't think that's what you had in mind.
Oh, but I'm okay with the gamble now and again, Joe. You know, especially in moments like this with Columbus. Look at their formation now. They have completely changed it. They have gone with like 5 players attacking. There's 3 right down the middle. They've got to be careful they don't give up possession of the ball in their own half, but they're not frightened to gamble here, Columbus crew, and try and get back into this game.
Mensah carrying a yellow card. Guzman. Whistle blows, foul against New York City as we go into the 57th minute. Mensah for Awful. Pedro Santos starting a run, but they'll switch it all the way across to Connor Maloney. And for Artur. Guzman in the circle.
Nice pass.
Awful brings it down. The Ghanaian slips inside, turning, and the shot is wide.
See, this is the problem I have with New York, Joe. In moments like this, they switch off and they give the opposition an opportunity. Had this been better quality here, I mean, this is inside the penalty box. It's in the acute angle, I get it, but you're just inviting trouble. If you sit back, you show lack of energy, lack of closing down like this. And it's poor defending.
So Luis Argudo again. Johnson upfield taken by Columbus, but Ring intercepts and picks out Maxi Morales. Ring clattered into by Romario Williams. Now pocket picked by Tony Rocha. Nicely done.
This is where you got to do something with the ball.
He's just possessing enough. Seems like this could be a, as Matritza's up talking to Domi Turan, this could be a portion of the match, Ian, where maybe just possessing and calming things down a little bit might help them.
Yeah, keep possession of the ball, and I recognize this might be the best change to make, bringing Matritza on, because there's opportunity out there for New York to just go ahead and find that second goal. Columbus are completely gambling. Domi's asking for more from his team. He wants more energy, better use of possession, better quality in the final third.
Are you surprised it's Matritza and not Medina?
Yes, I am, but this type of game you can kill off if you get a second or a third goal. Matritza's also a player, Joe, going into these big games that could use some confidence. Still haven't seen the best of him yet.
Alan Chapman having a discussion. Pedro Santos will walk away. Maxi Morales there. Free kick for Columbus, and the substitution now. Alexandru Matritza for Gary Mackay-Steven. And the body language of Gary Mackay-Steven is he knows he should have done more.
He recognizes that he knows his own ability. He'll get time to be able to have an impact on this team.
Now Mensah climbing up and over Ronald Matarrita. He's called for the foul. Chenoa's down as well. Sean Johnson over to help him up.
You know, it's never easy, Joe, when you move over to another continent to be able to automatically jump into great play, great tempo, and automatically get exactly what the coach wants from you. But he knows himself, Gary Mackay-Steven. He's got the ability to make a real impact on this team, and it will take some time. And clearly just getting himself back to match fitness. He's had a bit of a break.
Johnson upfield. Argudo intercepts. Trying to pick up Pedro Santos. And Collins called for the foul on Pedro Santos. He can't understand why. And another substitution for Columbus. And it's going to be a swap of forwards as the Canadian international Jordan Hamilton will come on, make his 15th appearance of the season. Has 4 goals. Jordan Hamilton will be involved in the Nations League matches coming up in CONCACAF. In October, the United States in a group with Cuba and Canada. Chanel, just enough positioning on David Accam. He knocks it away, but it will be a corner kick for Columbus, their third of the night. Pedro Santos over to take it.
This is poor from New York. I mean, into the second period, we're 15 minutes in. The team really hasn't got going. They're inviting pressure. They're making mistakes, and you have to be careful because this is a Columbus side that are pretty dangerous.
Corner driven in, but Hebert sends it away. Foul call. Caleb Porter looking on. Ring backs away. Alan Chapman wants him to hurry it up. Sean Johnson will do just that. Castellanos backing into things, but Mensah had it controlled. Now Ring. Matarrita. Tenor home from Maxi.
Nice.
Beg your pardon, that's Matriza who's still in the match on that right-hand side. This is Maxi Morales. Thought he was going to turn and shoot. Lays off to Tinnerholm. He'll drive it across. Too far over the 18, but Ronald Matarrita quick to get there and save it from going into touch. Mata, his cross, headed away by Mensah. Tony Rocha settles it down. Now to Matarrita, a little back heel for Tony Rocha. He is onside. Rocha, the cross. Tinnerholm. Touch. On ball.
This is class from Matarrita. He recognizes where Rocha was, just waiting for that opportunity to pull out the silky skills. Not a bad cross from Rocha either. Clear handball there you caught at the end of the highlight.
Columbus players trying to argue that it was the bump by Tinnerholm that caused the handball.
I agree with that though, Joe. You know, because Tinnerholm recognized he couldn't get there. Not only put pressure on, but he immediately bumped into the player, forcing him to, you know, jolt his own body forward. Gotta get on with it though. This is a dangerous position with Matarrita on the ball. Looks like Matriza fancies it.
And it's Matriza into the wall. Out to Collins. Ring for Chanot. Quickly moves to Collins.
Tempo of the game needs to just improve. I mean, Columbus are putting high pressure on, but New York have to do a better job. I mean, realistically, look at this right now. Columbus are forcing Sean Johnson every single time he gets the ball now to punt him forward. This is where they've got to do better here, Joe.
Castellanos for Maxi Morales. Mensah in position. Hits it high into the air. Room slips down. Knocks it out. This will be a corner kick.
I think he's complaining here that there was certainly a collision from Castellanos, but initially I thought maybe it was Mensah. Someone's picked up a yellow. Looks like Room.
Well, I must have said something.
I think Mensah initially pushed Castellanos, who then went into Room. Sort of a triple effect here. Here's a look at it again. Look, there's Mensah. Just watch the contact here. Boom. He pushes it into his own goalkeeper. Therefore, he loses traction of the ball. Maybe he better blaming his own defender there.
So on the corner, gets by Chanot. Tracking it down as Collins. Been a little bit disorganized on that set piece. Awful heads it into touch. Matarrita there for the throw-in. Hebert, oh, nicely done. Back to Matarrita. Oh! Hit it hard, but hit on the wrong side of the ball.
Reminded me very much of myself with the right foot right there. And sometimes with my left foot as well. Almost hit the corner flag. Here's a chance here.
Now it's Columbus the other way, but Collins trying to cut it off. This is Jordan Hamilton. Floats it across. Tinnerholm on David Accam. He'll get some help from Matriza. Pedro Santos. A little push by a Calm on Tinnerholm, and Tinnerholm to the ground, grasping at his right ankle.
There's been a few challenges like that throughout the course of the game. The referee's done an excellent job today just handling the game, and it's not as if it's been an over-aggressive match. But Columbus have come to play in this second period. It's making it interesting. It's forcing NYCFC to come up with some new ideas to get it from that defensive line into midfield through to the attack.
And Ian, it has now been 30 minutes of match time since New York City has had a shot. Their last shot was when Tate Castellanos scored in the 36th minute.
That was the last shot?
Yes. That's what I just said.
Yeah, poor opening period, I must admit. Into the second half, really disappointing. Domi asked for more energy from his side at half-time, and they're trying, but certainly not implementing exactly what he wants into the second period. It's not enough.
Off of New York City, throwing for Columbus, awful. By the way, this game's still on a knife's edge. As New York City has not found that second goal. Domi Torrent told us right at the end of the first half they will need another goal. Fact of the matter is they have a single 1-0 victory this season. Hamilton. Guzman back to Awful. Cut off by Eber. And just cleared upfield by Rocha. Tate Castellanos is there. Tries to get between three players and goes into Cronali. Goes to ground, and the foul against Alex Cronali.
I'm glad the referee produced a yellow card for this, because this is clear intention from Cronali. Good play from Tate Castellanos, but automatically that turn of pace, clear contact from the defender, simple decision for the ref.
We've gone past the midway point of this second half.
Looks like he didn't injure himself there, Cronali.
Here at Yankee Stadium.
Look at the pressure, Joe, from Columbus.
All the way back to Johnson. But here at Yankee Stadium, April 24th, a 9th-minute goal by Valentin Castellanos is the only goal in a 1-0 win over Chicago. It's the only 1-0 victory this season for New York City. Right now, it is 1-0 against Columbus. Columbus has had the better of the play in the second half.
Yeah, they have. Play better.
This ball slipped ahead. Opportunity here. David Accam into the area. Sean Johnson, what a play. Comes out, header by Jordan Hamilton, and it's wide. Wow. And down goes Chanot. Sean Johnson to his knees.
Well, good goalkeeping initially from Sean Johnson. He's brave, very, very brave. This is brilliant from Columbus Crew. Opening up the back line once again. Accam should have done so much better here. Great goalkeeping initially. I think Hamilton's got to put this on target. Certainly got the pressure of Maxime Chanot to jump over the top of. Two really good quick chances there for Columbus Crew, and they probably should have done better.
Sean Johnson on his knees. Maxime Chanot still in obvious pain. And perhaps we see Sebastian Ibeagha.
See what happens when the team doesn't bring the energy, though, Joe. You know, the atmosphere inside the stadium's a little flatter, and that bleeds onto the field. You know, everyone's sitting down or standing still. There's no real noise inside the stadium that's getting a buzz from the field. You know, that energy, that passion on the field dictates sometimes what the supporters, not sometimes, the majority of times, what the supporters do, and therefore it bleeds back down onto the field and raises the game to the next level. But right now everything seems to be flat with the atmosphere, with the performance, and that's a risky game to play with this Columbus Crew side. It's only 1-0, and they've got a real chance of getting back and into this game. Look at Chanot here, brave defending, but he looks a little bit of a arm right into the head. It's actually solid defending right there, because Hamilton is a big boy. Look at that. Not easy to defend that, Joe. When you're the defender, and you don't jump early enough, and the opponent jumps quicker, a little higher than you, it's almost impossible to make contact on the ball, and all you can do is just make contact with the player. He does just enough, Chenot. He's a brave boy. I'm sure he'll be okay.
Chenot goes off. And now Matrica, not for Matarrita. Chenot is back.
Better. Pass and move, pass and move. Beat that first attack from Columbus Crew. If you get it through midfield, you've got a chance. Better ball.
Collins finding Matrica. Maxi goes back to Matrica. He'll step into it. Oh, and just missing wrong side of the post past a diving Eloy Room.
Much better from New York. If you beat that immediate pressure, you get it into midfield, into your danger players, and you have a real chance. This is much, much better. Maxi involved once again. Matrica goes solo. I'm okay with this, Joe. Why not test the goalkeeper from distance, and Room does just enough.
First shot of the half for New York City. We're in the 72nd minute. Mensah. Guzman.
You're forgetting the strike from Matarrita with the right foot will hit the corner flag.
Somehow they did not call that. The defenders were like it. Mensah. Home finding Chenot, and now Chenot turns. He'll send it to midfield. Mensah over Eber, finding Guzman. Rocha trying to step up and win it back, and now this is Argudo on the right-hand side. Luis Argudo pushes out to Awful. They'll send it across. Chenot is there, and happy to put it high into the air and into touch. A handshake from Sean Johnson, but a corner kick for Columbus, number 4.
Yeah, very good defending from Chenot. Just dealing with the cross. That is a decent delivery from Awful. He does well. Good football from Columbus Crew. Good delivery into the box, and had somebody been there in the middle of the penalty area, could have been really dangerous.
Now, corner high over to the far side. Guzman tries to put it back into the middle. Matarrita there heads it away. Matrica just missing it. Connor Maloney gets there.
This game is absolutely on a knife edge. It could go either way right now. Columbus are doing a great job of getting involved in this second period, but New York, I mean, they get one more goal and the game's over.
Knocked out. Now Jordan Hamilton. Maloney saves it from going into touch. Awful. Plays across. Argudo wanted a ball played closer to him. Instead, they tried to pick out Pedro Santos. And it's a goal kick for Sean Johnson. As we enter the 75th minute.
What a strange game. You get them now and again, though, and even as a player, they're sometimes awkward to play in. Eber has been starved of opportunity in front of goal. He's been trying to work hard. He's now been forced to go out to the wing to try and pick possession of the ball up, and I mean, the striker thrives on goals. Here's a chance. Oh.
Maloney fouled. Free kick for Columbus. They get restarted. Awful ahead trying to find Luis Argudo. Argudo at the line, touched away by Collins. Corner kick number 5 coming up for Columbus.
Yeah, solid defending from Collins. Recognizing the threat once again from Luis Argudo. He does well on this right-hand side, getting in behind, and Carew are finding a lot of space. They're finding that extra man every single time they go forward in wide areas.
And Pedro Santos, top of the 6. Chanot gets ahead to it. Com tried to step into it. Argudo just heads it away, but he's wide of the mark, and a goal kick for Sean Johnson. Final 15 minutes of matches. New York City, 11 goals scored. Columbus only 4. Goals allowed, New York City 6, Columbus 9. They gave up one in the 90th minute on Saturday against Toronto that deprived them of the full 3 points. Josie Altidore salvaging a share of the spoils for TFC.
Chance. And these are the moments where I expect New York to step it up to another gear. Looks like he's just offside. And coming to the closing stages, he's been a disappointing second half. Lackluster game all around from NYCFC, but they still have a 1-0 lead. And you have to up the tempo in the final 15 minutes to really go for it. The second goal will kill this game off completely.
Mentioned the announcement yesterday of St. Louis getting an expansion team. Other MLS news today, Rémi Garde out in Montreal, with Montreal sitting above the line in the playoff race in the Eastern Conference, and Wilmer Cabrera let go last week by Houston. Wasn't out of work long.
What an interesting decision from Montreal to appoint Cabrera. Surprised me. Nice.
Now, Santos. Chanot gets a foot out, throw in for Columbus.
He is a player, Santos. He's a real threat when he gets the ball. You can tell he loves having possession of the ball and trying to make it happen for his side. Fun player.
Mentioned the Hudson River Derby coming up as Matarrita. The left-hand side finds Hebert, pushes out wide. Castellanos, can he get around Offal? Offal knocks it right to Matarrita, and they push it by and find Argudo. Argudo fouled from behind. And the foul by Matarrita against Luis Argudo may be it for Argudo in the match, as he will come off. And in his stead, number 18, Luis Diaz. From Nicoya, Costa Rica, he'll make his 7th appearance of the season.
It's the last throw of the dice for Caleb Porter. Not good or not a bad performance overall. Second period he was involved, but not enough for Caleb Porter's liking to leave him on the field. Now Diaz gets his chance to try and make those runs in behind. He's got some pace, he's got ability, and certainly not the player that you want to leave one-on-one with a goalkeeper.
Mentioned the derby coming up right now. Red Bulls on a goal by Kaku in the 6th minute, leading DC United 1-0 in the first half, and Wayne Rooney's already been sent off with a direct red card.
What a great week for Wayne Rooney. Very controversial.
Ever since he made the announcement to go to Derby.
It's always amazing and interesting when players start to make comments on social media now. It's such a dangerous game to play. I'm okay with players voicing their opinion, but doing it at the right time to the right people. And on social media, it's automatically a sign for a look at me and what can we do.
People who don't know, Wayne Rooney complaining about not having a charter flight from Vancouver, but teams do have choices on when they can take charters, and why DC United chose not to charter from, frankly, one of the more difficult cities in the U.S. to get to nonstop. Well, that's a different question.
So you're blaming DC for that situation?
Just saying there could have been an option. One of the longest trips you'll make all season. I might opt to charter when I have to play a game on Wednesday. That's just me. Ronald Matarrita ended the book for the yellow card. He was not one of the 4 in danger of missing the derby on Saturday, were he to be booked. Now over the top. Akam, flag stays down. Tenor home on David Akam. Sent across right to Sean Johnson.
It looked like it was offside, Akam, and it also looked like handball from him as well. Caleb Porter is really frustrated with the final product there. Nice composure from Sean Johnson with the ball at his feet. Very compact, good passing of the ball. Starts this attack. Here they go.
Castellanos for Hebert. Pushes out to Maxi. Tati checks his run. Pressure coming from Guzman. Throw in for New York City. Change coming up for New York City. Looks like Keaton Park's coming in. It'll be Parks for Tony Rocha, who showed well for himself on this his 26th birthday.
He did. Very good first half from Tony Rocha. Very, very good first half. Second period, not involved in the game as much, and
Who was?
all of his teammates weren't either, so can't fault him for that. Solid outing. I like that, though. When a player gets an opportunity to come into a talented side, you've got to be able to grab that chance, and Rocha did that today.
Chenot. Park sticking with it, trying to push it out to Tinnerholm. Caleb Porter looking on as the foul against New York City. Now whipped in, header attempt. Oh, and just wide of the mark with the offside flag up anyhow on Jordan Hamilton.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision to raise the flag, but this is a real chance for Hamilton. I mean, Columbus have created some good chances in the second half, Joe. They've been pretty good.
And Hamilton's had a couple of them.
Yeah, he has. There's the offside. Correct decision once again, but once the cross does come in, he's got to put that on target.
Keep in mind, Maxime Chenot had scored on a set piece on a headed goal. It was taken away for a foul against Alex Collins. And then Castellanos scored. And that's where we are, 1-0. Ball into space and cut off by Matarrita. Nicely done.
Well played, but I want to see the team go forward, not backwards.
Calm takes it away from Maxi. Keaton Parks does a nice job. Pedro Santos takes out Tinnerholm. And then sends it into the 18. Ring sliding down, knocks it into the air. Chenot will bring it down off the chest. A couple of juggles with the right foot, sends it over his head, and Keaton Parks flicks it along. Headed down by Pedro Santos. Hebert saves it from going out. Tinnerholm battling for it against Pedro Santos. Chenot spins away from a calm, but plays it over the byline, and a corner kick coming up for Columbus. This is number 6.
Well, that's what happens when you drop your performance, drop the energy, you make mistakes, and time again they keep on giving these set plays away, and it's only going to take one good delivery, one well-timed run, and Columbus are right back in this match.
But Hebert makes sure that's not the play. And now Matrica finding Matarrita, back for Alexandru Matrica, pushes it down into space. This is a foot race. Matrica trying to get by a cop. Matrica into the 18. Alexandru Matrica squares across. Hebert couldn't get a foot on it, and Columbus will dodge a bullet there. Chenot. Walked right by Jordan Hamilton. Mensah sends it out wide. Hamilton up for it. Artur will track it down. Awful. Into the area. Chenot heads it out. Right back to Harrison Awful. Try it once again. This time Alex Ring is there.
Columbus have got to gamble somewhat here. They have to put more numbers inside the penalty box because they're getting some decent deliveries in.
Now Pedro Santos. Park stepping up. Pedro Santos tries to play it to the top of the 18. Knocked away, but Matrica gives it away. Awful. Pressure from Matarrita and Matrica. Back to Mensah. Oh, he bobbled it, and Alexandru Matrica right on it. Matrica has Hebert off to his right. Matrica with the left foot. Save is made by Eloy Ruiz.
Well, that's the chance right there. And these are the moments where New York just have to punish. Another big opportunity for Mitrita. This time fumbled. It's a great save from Room. He stays big. He stands up as long as he can. But when you're one-on-one in a moment like this, you have to be able to take those chances. And that is a big one for Alexandru Mitrita. Look at this, one-on-one. See, Room stays up as long as he can. Good foot save, solid goalkeeping, but that's a chance though. Go round the keeper or finish. Just have some composure in a moment like that.
And the substitution here in the 87th minute is the goal scorer, Tate Castellanos, coming off. And this is a tactical change, and in comes Sebastian Ibeagha.
Here's the earlier chance before that, Joe. Columbus failed to shut him down, and Eber overruns the cutback. Good defending by Guzman in the end. The game has been pretty open in this second period.
So three in the back now of Ibeagha, Chenot, and Collins. Maxi for Anton Tinnerholm. First time, drives it across. Eber can't get to it.
Better, much better. Good delivery. Good opportunity for Eber to attack the front post.
Ring steps in, knocks it away, but knocks it into touch, and a throw in for Columbus.
Smart change bringing Ibeagha onto the field.
It's going to be a tense 5 or 6 minutes. 3 minutes of regulation time. Had some players down for injury, full complement of substitutions, so expect 3 or 4 minutes of added time. Now Awful. Luis Diaz making a run down the right-hand side. Instead, inside for Jordan Hamilton. Chenot had position, but the offside flag up. Alan Chapman waves it off. They'll continue to play. Parks finding Tinnerholm. Inside Eber. Couldn't get it back out to Anton Tinnerholm. And now Connor Maloney. Awful. A little bit of space. He'll drive it across, picking out Hamilton. He gets a touch on it, but the flag comes up.
And that's where he has to do better, Hamilton. He's looking right along the line to keep himself in an onside position. Should be simple enough. It's a good delivery.
Well, join us at Yankee Stadium this Saturday. It's the Hudson River Derby, New York City against New York Red Bulls at 7 p.m. Tickets available at nycfc.com, 855-77-NYCFC, or right here at the Yankee Stadium box office. That should be a good one on Saturday night. Key match for New York City.
Big game, but I'm not sure this is the type of performance that you want going into a game like that. I mean, this has been really sloppy from NYCFC. Really sloppy, lacking of energy. Well, lackluster, I would probably use, would be my word.
But did you ever have a lackluster performance as a club that kind of everybody said, next game we're not doing it again?
Yeah, I hope this is an eye-opener. I didn't think the team played overly well against Cincinnati, Joe.
But they got 4.
But they scored 4 goals.
4 goals will hide some of that.
You know, if you have a performance again like tonight and you score 2 or 3, maybe even 4 goals, then it's a completely different story. You're going in with confidence, scoring goals, and everybody's happy. You sort of forget the lackluster performance. But this wasn't quite good enough tonight, for me in particular.
And again, we've been through plenty of stretches with this team in the 5-year history of a game like this that didn't go their way.
Yeah, it bodes well for the team when a performance like this goes out there and they win. That's a nice situation to be in for Dome and for his players, for his staff. 3 points is 3 points, and
you know, they still have some work to do to get that.
Sure.
This Ring can't get to that ball, and it's Eloy Room who has an opportunity here on a goal kick. Collins.
Credit to Columbus Crew, Joe, in the second half. They've played a lot better than they did do in the first 45. Made it interesting.
Five minutes of added time. Five more minutes to be on the edge of your seat if you're a New York City fan, wondering if they can pick up 3 points. Maxi Morales into the corner. Pressure from Artur. Maxi taking his time. Artur wins it back. Heber right into Maxi. And then Maxi fouled. Artur will have some words with Helen Chapman.
Well, he's simply too aggressive here, Artur. That's the foul right there. Simple push into the back, then trying to keep the ball in possession. Maxi letting him know his feelings.
That's played out. Throwing for City. Matarrita gets a ball from one of the kids along the sideline. Trying to pick out Parks. Keaton Parks. Hoping to push it off a player and get another throw in, but this is set up to midfield. Ibiaga, former USL Defender of the Year, was strong on that play. Maloney.
Nice. Good challenge
done by Parks on Artur. Keaton Parks with some space. Steps away from Artur. Keaton Parks pushes it out. Finds Matrica. And now New York City just ragging time off the clock. 2 minutes of 5 gone by. All the way back to Sean Johnson. Artur. Now. Heber will pressure Room. Maxi trying to get to this. Cronali sends it away. Brought down by Matarrita. Ahead. This is Maxi. No, he'll leave it for Matrica. Took a high hop. Matrica couldn't do anything with it. Keeps it on the floor, finding Maxi. Back to Matrica. Now Keaton Parks. Parks the shot. Saved by Room. Top of the 18. Ring can't get to it. This is awful. He'll knock it upfield. Oh. Sean Johnson well out of his area. Heads it to the far side. Tinnerholm will get there.
Yeah, well done, Sean Johnson. 3 or 4 very good saves tonight, plus also always on his toes, alert and aware to rescue his defense.
Well done, Keaton Parks. Parks steps into Pedro Santos there to win possession. Knocks it into touch, throwing for Columbus. New York City player goes down. Caleb Porter making his feelings known.
He's not too happy. Here's the chance from Keaton Parks. Great footwork to initially create the chance outside of the boot. It's right down the goalkeeper's throat. Room does well. Just parrying this ball away from danger. Chance though right there for Keaton Parks. You know, he's had a real impact since he's gone into the team. It's difficult to leave him out of the starting 11 now.
Keaton Parks still looking for his first MLS goal.
Just hold on to the 3 points because Columbus Crew, given an opportunity, could just nick it.
Pedro Santos. Guzman, right-hand side for Offel. Now sent across. Tinnerholm's there. Oh, nods it back, but Pedro Santos. And then this is played out in the corner kick for Columbus. This will be number 7.
Very, very sloppy indeed defensively, New York. Really sloppy. This is the last chance, last throw of the dice right here for Columbus Crew. They have to throw everybody forward and just go for it.
Surprised Eloy Room's not further into the 18. There's players right in front, the offside flag up.
Ooh, that's a chance, Joe.
It's a chance, but everybody stepped forward. Nothing Connor Maloney can do about it.
I'm not sure he's offside, Maloney, when he makes his run, though, Joe. Look at his position. He's just a fraction offside. Take your pick of 3, I guess. He still missed the chance. Sloppy, sloppy game from New York tonight. Really sloppy.
Sean Johnson will try and put it as far upfield as he can. He does that. Alan Chapman blows the whistle. Tati Castellanos with his 10th of the season. New York City has a 1-0 victory for just the second time. And Sean Johnson, his 7th shutout of the season, the 60th of his MLS career.
Yeah, well done, Sean Johnson. Have a look at this, though, Joe. There's player after player sitting down. I mean, they worked